Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Let's Build Alton Towers. As always, if you do enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you are new, as I really do appreciate all of your support. We are getting very close. This is the final build episode. You'll be pleased to know, the very last build episode. In the last episode we built Forbidden Valley, which you can see just here, so we'd already built Nemesis. In the last episode it was just kind of the flat rides and the shops and the scenery around Forbidden Valley that you can just see through here. So yeah, completed all that in the last episode. There's Nemesis Subterra. So in this episode we are going to this side of Forbidden Valley. And we will be building Galactica. Now ignore that monorail line for now, that will all be moved, this will all be deleted. That's just somewhere to kickstart the monorail off. But yeah, Galactica kind of sits in this corner. It overlooks the car park, which is over here, but I can't build over this way. The car park's kind of over here, but yeah, I can't build that far, unfortunately. But it starts off underground and comes out underneath the monorail track, goes up, goes over this bend of Nemesis and carries on. So I will see you shortly once I have started progress on building Galactica. So update 1, we have a track. We have a track built, and the layout will still tweak a little bit. I've got to sort out a few of the different levels of the coaster, because you know, as those of you who will know the ride in and out will know that there is a bit of a level change here. I still need to tweak it, but generally that is the kind of layout that that Galactica has. On that, obviously, for those of you who know the ride previously, it was originally called Air, essentially because it's a flying coaster. You know, it was called Air because it gave you the sensation of flying through the air. It got rebranded. I can't remember what year it was. I'm going to say about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. It got rebranded as Galactica. Now while they tried to put virtual reality into the ride, so you would wear a headset whilst you were whilst you were riding the coaster. And you would essentially see a video of you flying through space, and it would feel like you were flying as well. That's when this little decoration got put in. It's still there now, but they have removed the VR element. But yeah, that's essentially the start of what I'm doing. As I say, this will all be tidied up. This is just so I can kind of get some bearings as to what I'm going to be putting in there. You know, obviously the coaster kind of sits a bit in the ground there, so that so that the lift hill comes out. I couldn't really put it much higher than that, because obviously then it starts to interact with what's above the ground. So I will have to tweak the levels just to make it work. And as you can see there, it's not the fastest coaster at the moment, but again, a few tweaks. But generally, that's the starting point. So yeah, got a bit of a job ahead of me, but bit of progress is being made. So yeah, you know, you kind of come through here. There's also a second station that goes in. So what will happen here is I will put in a second station to the side of here and join it on, because essentially there's 2 loading bays, and you go in either one like this. And then depending on which one's going, they will go through and join this track here and then go up the lift hill. I've done most of the outside of this area. This will all have paths going around it so that guests can walk around that. But yeah, that's where I'm up to. And I shall see when I've done a bit more, I guess. But yeah, enjoying having a go at building this for now. I'm sure there's going to be elements that are going to really frustrate me, as always. But I will get it done, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys how I get on. So yeah, see you shortly. Okay, and if we fast forward a a long time. Here we have the finished Galactica. I will show you around all of this area. Then you can see the train going by with guests on it. So yeah, this took a fair bit of time to get right. One of the major issues I had was running out of space in the park, and I'm not massively pleased with how the end of it has turned out, but I couldn't really do that much more. This was the very edge of the map, as you can see. The map kind of stretches all the way over. Now, obviously in hindsight, you know, yeah, maybe could have shortened this path a little bit down there to save a bit of room, but everything else generally is kind of spaced out in the right way, and so I think it was always going to be difficult just because this section of Alton Towers is more like built in a straight line than in a big circle. So yeah, it's not the greatest ending. Essentially, what this ending normally is there's an inversion just here. It goes round and then loops around, kind of just where the car park is for Alton Towers, and then comes back and goes down into a brake run next to the little station for the spare trains, and then brakes before going into one of the two stations. So yeah, it's not ideal. As you can see there's just a lot of water. Yeah, it's not ideal at the end. However, if we can get on board with that and just accept that exists and that's just how it's got to be, then everything else has gone fairly well. I'll be honest, and to be honest, the guests love the ride. The guests find it really good. And they're obviously the people I'm doing this for. I do it all for the guests. So yeah, let's have a quick wander around. So obviously round this section, this is the lift hill that comes out from underground. So hopefully, if I just fast forward this, hopefully a train will appear in a moment. There we go. So yeah, usually you can walk underneath and you can kind of see people on the ride as you're on the path underneath. There goes the monorail at the same time. More on that later on. So yeah, that goes up, goes around this bend, goes down the first drop. There's another monorail. It goes down the first drop and through this little kind of star-shaped thing. So that was put in as part of the rebrand to Galactica after they changed it from Air. I'm not quite sure why they put that in after they rebranded it, because when they first opened it up, it was it was virtual reality, and so everyone was wearing a headset anyway. So I'm not quite sure what the point of that was, but it's there, so I put it in. You then do an inversion, go on your back around this bend before twisting around again and going underground next to this wall just here. And then as you come out, you go round and over the main pathway, so you see a lot of the guests again. Back over, another inversion over the maintenance shed, and that's the ending we just talked about. There's my Galactica logo, just chilling on the building there. I'm not the best at making logos. I'm happy with that. But yeah, that's that. The queue line down here. So there's two separate stations, as I mentioned. And essentially this one goes down and feeds this side, of which there's a train just sat here, but it's not going anywhere. There is a luggage / bag storage in the station. How this tends to work is there is sliding doors, so you load your bags on, then the attendant will slide the doors, and then on the next one, the next train that comes in, their baggage is in this one, and the door will open and they can get theirs, and they just keep moving back and forth. The exit is just an exit path up here. This isn't themed or anything because this goes into a shop for Galactica, and this one goes out the building. And let's just have a look at what else is in this station then. So yeah, it's just kind of you know, sci-fi theme, lots of metal, lots of blues. I've kind of tried to light it so you can go on it at night like this, and that kind of gives it the sort of feel it's got inside. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've done for Galactica. So if you come out here, you have the iconic building, which is this kind of curved roof style building. So you've got the Galactica store. There is also a roller coaster restaurant at Alton Towers. For those of you who've not been, essentially your meals are served in big kind of silver kind of tins or pots, I guess, or like in a kosh. And basically your food is sent down a track before it arrives at your table. It's a weird concept. It's not something that grabs my attention, but it's there. The Galactica store used to be pretty big, and then what they did was kind of use most of the building for that, and then the Galactica store is kind of really small now. There is some seating area at the side of this building, so you can come and watch people on the ride. Don't think I've painted the fence wrong, by the way. Here, that some of it's black, some of it's blue, some of it's some of it kind of mishmash of colours. That's how it looks on Google Maps. I'll put a bit of a caveat in. Google Maps was taken in September 2009. It's a little bit outdated, I'm not going to lie. However, I don't have up-to-date live photos of every area at Alton Towers, and so that's what I've used for this entire series, and that's what I'm sticking with for this final episode. So, I think that's about it. There's my little Galactica entrance sign, and yeah, I think that's about it. So we will go and we'll hop on. Just going back to the queue line here, there is a bit of a tunnel if you go on the other side over this bridge. So I'll just put that in there. So yeah, we'll go down. There is a train in. Good timing. We will hop on and enjoy Galactica. So yeah, I will speak to you shortly, and let's have fun. There we go. That is Galactica. It's not the fastest coaster in the world, but then again, it is a flying coaster, so it's not going to be the fastest. Also, this bend's a little bit sharp, but we know that was going to be the case. This is block section, by the way. It's just that the train wasn't in the station, so it didn't need to stop. But yeah, so as I say, ignoring that, if I had all the room in the world, I would like to tidy up this end just to get that perfect. However, don't have that at my disposal. I unfortunately hit the wall here. I wish I could just take this back, even just like there. I don't need a lot of space, just that much to do the right bends at the end. But I think it glides around quite well, and I think overall I am pretty happy with how this looks in comparison to the rest of Forbidden Valley. You can see around here, if we just scan over, we have to go back to Nemesis, which obviously isn't up to date now because this has all been retracked in real life. This is all a different colour, different pattern, different style. The station looks totally different, so I'm a little bit outdated on Nemesis, but there we go. This is classic Alton Towers. Obviously we've got Ripsaw in, so that's how classic it is. I've also got the monorail, which you can see running here. So the reason for the monorail, I say the reason for it because there is a monorail, obviously, but the monorail in real life kind of runs along here. Now it goes over the lift hill and not underneath it. But the reason I've tucked it over there is so it's not going over the rest of the ride, because it doesn't. What it actually does is it goes over this little drop here, so that's why I've moved it in. Now what you'll notice is that there is 2 lanes here, and that's because there is sections of the monorail at Alton Towers that is 2 separate tracks, and there is sections that there is the same track. Now how I've got this working is I've done the same glitch I did at the end of 13, where you kind of get to the end and then the train turns back on itself. Not that kind of this is the most important section, but I'll show it you anyway. So the trains kind of turn back on themselves. So let's have a look at this one going down here. So it will go all the way down there and turn around like that, and then come back. And then the only downside is it tends to crash a little bit there. So I will try and split them up. I'll probably put only 2 trains on, and then split them up a little bit. But essentially, this goes up and goes into a station that's in the tree somewhere hidden, just there. And then and then it comes back out, joins back on at this stage, and goes onto the single section past Jewel over here. That seems a long time ago. I'll put that out. Blimey. And then towards the end of the line, and does the same little switch again. So that is Gloomy Wood and Forbidden Valley done. That is the entire Alton Towers park done. It has taken me a heck of a lot longer than I had hoped for. Many factors causing that. I do apologise for the massive gaps in between episodes. It's not what I would have wanted, but I wanted to complete it, which I have, and I'm very, very pleased that I have. So what I will do now is, after this episode, I will do a full walkthrough, one whole video walking through the entire Alton Towers park, showing you all 4 mini parks that I've done on the game, and then once that's been released, I will put this map onto the PlayStation Workshop, and that will be this series wrapped up. So if you have enjoyed that, please do give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you like about it. Feel free to let me know what you don't like about it. I'm sure this corner will get a few comments, but failing that, I'm going to put the camera here so we can't see it, but everything else looks really nice. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and I shall see you next time for the full Alton Towers walkthrough. Thank you very much. Goodbye.